the Chaturmasya, you mentioned the name of the rag?
Of
the name of that meter?
Oh, the meter, yes. It was a Puriya Dhanashri.
Puriya Dhanashri.
Yeah. Dhanashri, there are different types, but Dhanashri Rag is one of Radhika's 2 favorite rags.
So what is her first favorite?
She doesn't say which one is her favorite. It depends what the mood is or the situation. But she has 2 favorite rags, Dhanashri, and the other one is Malha Rag. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is Malha Rag. So I make a point of trying to sing from time to time in Radharani's favorite rags. Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Quick question, because you talked about Chaturmasya. We see like it's there's a spotlight on it in Param Gurudev's biography that it was followed, and you see Gurudev followed it when he came to the West. Sometimes devotees make a point that, well, the seasons are different around the world. For example, Australia, New Zealand, it's like winter when it's summer here. But it's like here in New Brunswick, like in the garden, in the spinach month, that's when all the green month, that's when all the lettuce grows. And the tomato, they're like, this is so impractical. How is this?
Yeah, in India at that time, because it's just after the rainy season, then all the green plants become infested with different types of insects. And it's just bad for the health to take the green things at that time. So definitely in India. But, I'm not going to like go down on record, don't follow Chaturmasya, right? Follow Chaturmasya, everyone. All the viewers on YouTube, follow Chaturmasya. So, it's best. But one thing you have to know, what do sannyasis do during Chaturmasya?
They stay in a place?
Yes, they stop traveling. There may be parivrajak, there may be traveling preachers, but during Chaturmasya, they stop traveling. And the reason is, there's a rule in Shastra, Artare niyamo nasti, prabhase niyamo nasti. It means that if you're sick, you don't have to follow all the rules and regulations. And if you're traveling, you don't have to follow all the rules and regulations, because it just the things that you need or the things you have to avoid, it just might not be possible when you're traveling. Just like I remember once, it was during Chaturmasya, and Gurudev went to Russia for a festival, and it was the month no green leaves. But in Russia at that time, and no tomato. In Russia at that time, all they had was basically cabbage and tomatoes. That was like practically all they had. And the festival organizer said, well, what do we do? Because this is the main crop at this time of the year, and it's all we have. Gurudev said, okay, you can take like that. So Gurudev, he encouraged everyone to follow Chaturmasya. Everyone must follow Kartik very strictly. And he encouraged everyone to follow Chaturmasya. But there were certain occasions, times, when he allowed some leniency or some concession, let's say. Now, you have to understand this. The reason we follow Chaturmasya, it's not that these particular things, as we mentioned before in regard to the sesame seeds, it's not some special biological formula that at that time it will help with your bhakti. But the thing is this, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did it, our Param Gurudev did it, our Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur did it. And so, because they did it, when we follow them, we accept their anugatya, it increases our mamata for them. It increases our possessiveness for them. This is what my Gurudev did. This is what my Parampara does. This is what my Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has done. Just like in the middle of Chaturmasya, in the full moon, in the middle, it's Vishvarup Mahotsav. So it's not the day that Vishvarup took sannyas. It's not even the day that he passed away, but it's the day that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was on tour and he was in Pandharpur, he heard the news that his brother Vishvarup had passed away in Pandharpur. He actually entered into the deity of Vital there. But because Mahaprabhu heard that his brother passed away at that time, then he shaved his head. Right? Because if a family member passes away, then you shave your head. So we also, even though you're not supposed to shave for the whole Chaturmasya, but we shave our heads on the full moon in the middle of Chaturmasya. What? Because Mahaprabhu did. To have that mamata that we're in the family of Mahaprabhu. And his elder brother is so dear to him, passed away. So it's not the regulation itself that has the potency, but it's obeying the regulation that nourishes our possessiveness. Our mamata for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that's the most important thing, because that's the Swarup of love. Ananta Prakar Mamata Yukta Lokik Sadbandhu Bat Sambandha. The Swarup of love is a natural family type relationship with your object of love, which is characterized by excessively condensed feelings of possessiveness. So the more our feelings of possessiveness become condensed, then our devotion and our love is also nourished. It's favorable for the development of bhakti. So, best thing, try to follow Chaturmasya. If, you're living in what's just here and there's nothing else, then I have seen Gurudev has on occasion given concession. If a person's traveling, then they don't have to always follow everything. And that is why all of our acharyas and Mahaprabhu and sannyasis, it's the tradition, they just stop traveling for the whole Chaturmasya so that they can observe it properly. Okay, one more question. Because it's the last day. Yes.
So Chaturmasya.
They're from the beginning of the rainy season, and then from that until the next month and 4 months up to the end of Kartik. So it's usually like October, November, and the 3 months before that is the 4 months of Chaturmasya. Yes.
It might be a little long question and it's late, so maybe I can ask some other time. So
Okay, you can ask the question, and then we'll see to what degree
I was
it's
thinking,
appropriate to answer.
yesterday you were mentioning about how in that verse that Krishna replies to Uddhava, how the gopis are not, how do you say, they're at ease, like they're not that.
There was suffering, but the suffering is ended.
Yeah, it's ended. And then you were describing how the sadhak, he sees the pastime also like live, right? So my question is that what a Sphurti is, or a Sphurti is different from that, than watching the live pastimes? And if that is the case, the Sphurti comes also on Ruchi and Asakti, and then you only get that once you pass Bhav, or when you get towards
the Sphurti is not one thing. Sphurti means a vision. We know that. But what kind of Sphurti is there depends on the stage of the devotee. So there are many, many different kinds. So let's say the Sphurti in the stage of Nishta is actually Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabditam Yet Iyate Tatrapuman Apavrita. It is not apavrita, fully uncovered, because it's a reflection on the chitta. And then when bhav comes, because it's Shuddha Sattva, Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva, it's apavrita. It becomes more of a direct experience, because the chitta melts. But then in prem, then the Sphurti, it can even be a Bahya Sphurti. That means it's not even a Sphurti in the heart. When you get prem, you can look, and yet the Sphurti is in front of you. Even, you see. And then when it goes higher, if you get into the stage of Anurag, you can have Vipralamba Vispurti. And that's so intense, it's completely indistinguishable from actually Krishna's direct presence. And then when you get to Ruddhabhav, then you have what is called Vipralamba Krita Pradubhav, which is again has other characteristics. For example, the Sphurti that comes, Vipralamba Vispurti that comes in Anurag, it's so real, you don't know that it's not real. You don't even know it's a Sphurti. But then when it disappears, the separation becomes double. But in the Vipralambhakrita Avirbhav that comes in Rudabhav, then the Sphurti is so intense. And then when it disappears, you still feel bliss. And in fact, it might be so, let's say if Radhika, she has this Vipralambhakrita Pranubhav, and when Krishna disappears, even though it was only a Sphurti, but her necklaces are broken, her hair is disheveled, the kajal on her eyes has been removed by Krishna's kisses, and it's like all the signs of Krishna's, some scratches on her body. It's like, you see? So the Sphurtis there are different degrees, and it depends on the level of the Sthayi at the time. Yeah. Gaur Premanande Hari Om.